Hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 148 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. This one titled Uncomfortably Numb. Do you get it? It's a reference to a song that I am not very particularly fond of. I don't hate it, but I don't like Pink Floyd. That's the thing. Not my favorite band in the world. That's Jefferson Airplane. I'm not even joking. I genuinely love Jefferson Airplane. Now, my drink tonight is Coke. Regular Coca-Cola. And, tastes like regular Coca-Cola. Um, I'll get to it, but it's not been a healthy week for me. Like, not no weeks are actually healthy for me. I'm not a healthy eater, but this week in particular was incredibly unhealthy. But we'll get to it. If I were to describe the week that I had, which is basically the second week, the first full week of the new year, the holidays, it's numb, uncomfortably numb. Not that I was in pain or anything, it's just that I was numb, I didn't do much, and I'm uncomfortable because of it. Now, I talked about it a little bit last week, um, but I'm gonna do it again. It's the new year, it's the holidays. My family went on a trip. I didn't. They went to Tabriz. I didn't went with them. I just stayed at home. And I wasn't particularly alone for most of it, except for today and yesterday. Well, not even yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't alone. Today I was. Today I was mostly alone. But there have been huge chunks of time where I was alone at home, and usually that's okay. You know, I have 27 years of experience. I mean, 22 years of it. I wasn't always alone as a child, but I was always alone after I was 5. I have 22 years of experience of being closed off in a room and not doing anything, for better or for worse. I do have that experience under my belt. But uh, depression does that to you. I am severely depressed, and when you're in depression, there is a warping effect, you know. My room is my sanctuary. It's where I go in when the outside world is overbearing or overwhelming. It's where I go to rest and not do anything else. But when you're depressed, when you have active depression, it becomes a sign of, how do you say it? Oppression. Ooh, that's a good way of saying it. It becomes a sign of oppression. I feel the weight of the room on me. Right now, I'm not alone. My family came back like 5 hours ago. I'm recording this at 1:30 a.m. By the way, my sleep schedule is fucked. I don't know when I sleep, when I am awake. I didn't sleep at all last night. I slept at like 7, I think around 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. Woke up at 4, ate dinner. I ordered fast food. Throughout the week, I've had nothing but fast food, and it's not good. It's not good at all. And so, yeah, that is what's happening. I don't know when I wake up. I don't know when I sleep. I don't know how good my sleep is. I know it's not good because I wear a Fitbit and it's not happy with how I sleep and the quality of my sleep. And I don't really care what I eat. I'm mostly living off of sugary drinks, Coke, other sugary drinks, and sweets. Yeah, barely sweets and fried food. So in general, I am not eating well. I'm not drinking well. I'm not very hydrated, and my brain is a mess. I am not letting it rest. I am trying to do a lot of tiny things to make myself feel better, but I end up feeling worse. So I've started watching movies that I've had on my watch list for a while. Like literally 2 hours ago, I finished watching Fighting with My Family, the Steven Merchant movie about the wrestler Paige or Soraya. I don't follow wrestling as much anymore, but cursory look tells me she goes by her first name, which is Soraya. And I just finished watching it last night. I watched The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which was awful. And just as a ploy to stay awake, I rewatched Hotel Artemis, which it's been a while. I forgot how much I just love spending time in that movie. That movie should be a game. Like, really. Make that a game. An RPG, open world RPG with lots of pointless quests. I haven't played any games other than Townscaper, which is fine and fun, but I can't bring myself to play either because it's like, oh, you have all this other stuff you need to do. I was hoping to, at least by this point in the holidays, to have at the very least written, if not fully recorded, my video, my Iranian cinema video. I didn't. It's disappointing for myself. I'm disappointing myself. And when that happens, there's not much you can do. I know I talk about it constantly. Like if you go back, it's in a sense that, oh, I'm disappointed in myself, but at the same time I'm trying to be kinder to myself. Right now at this moment, I don't feel very good. I'm just consuming media. I'm watching YouTube videos and TV shows and movies and listening to music and all. I'm just becoming this huge sponge of consumption without any output. Because I didn't do anything. Like, okay, here's how, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, every day kind of went. I would sleep at some arbitrary hour throughout the night or in the morning, wake up at another arbitrary hour through the day, and sit up. As usual, I would feel very hungry because I don't eat well. I eat some sweets, which I keep next to my bed. Drink anything that is in the vicinity. Usually it's a sugary drink. Order food, lay down, watch a YouTube video, or a TV show, or a movie. Just something, a content. I would watch that. Then that would go on throughout the week. Thankfully, there was a little ray of hope. My girlfriend would come over and we'd watch more content. We watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel or The Mysteries of Murdoch. And she would leave, go back to her house. I would keep on watching until at some other arbitrary time I would pass out from exhaustion. That was most of the week. One day we went out. And even that is a whole other ordeal I'm not going to talk about. Yeah, we were supposed to go somewhere. It was too cold. We didn't. We went another place. I was a big asshole that didn't listen, and that led to other things. I'm not well. Sorry. I genuinely am not. My left ear is being a bit of a bitch. I should go to a doctor. I should go to my dentist. I need to pull out my wisdom teeth. I should get my driver's license. I should write that script script, but I haven't done any of them. I have been numb. And I've tried to take it easier on myself, It's temporary. I know it's temporary. I know I'm going to feel better at some point, but just it's the weight of all of these. And I wasn't well going into the holiday. So it just keeps building and building and building until I break. One of the things you do during the Nowruz holidays is you go to visit family. It's a genuine tradition. You have to do it. You go and start from the oldest member of the family. You go to their house, and the whole family would gather there. Then the next one, and the next one. I couldn't do that. I didn't go to any of my aunt's house. I went to my dad's house on the first day, and that was it. And it's not like, I don't like my family. I love my family. I love my paternal and maternal family. We are very close as a family unit. But I just wasn't able to go. I couldn't bring myself to wake up, put on pants, put on a shirt, shower, and go. And by the way, if you don't see me, that's one of the problems with the audio format. My beard is a mess now. It's gotten incredibly out of control. My own justification is I need it for the Dracula video, but God knows that's a long time away. Even if I shave it right now, it will grow back by the time I'm ready to film, because that video hasn't even had a script yet, let alone filming. But anyways, as I was saying, there's this thing, okay? I'm gonna have to tell you a little bit of a story, a little bit of personal story. I don't really feel cold, When it's oftentimes a point of congestion between my friends, is that I don't feel cold. Like, people go out in big puffy coats. I go out with a t-shirt alongside them. And whenever I wear something warm, like my hoodie or my overcoat, it's like, oh, there's a joke, like, oh, look how cold it is that Ali is feeling cold. And it's a joke. It's an in-joke, comes from knowing me. Throughout the week, I've been very cold. Not even the weather outside isn't as cold. I just feel cold. I feel like my arms are always cold. I feel like my feet are always cold. I feel like I'm frozen inside and I can't move. Now, part of it is physical. The fact that I haven't eaten anything that wasn't deep fried for the last week. The fact that my only source of hydration is the products of Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola. The fact that most of my diet right now is deep fried sweets. All of that comes together that I am extremely physically weak right now. And it's a cycle I need to break. I know. I'm working on it, don't worry. But depression plays the bigger role here. I am numb, uncomfortably numb, and I hate that I'm numb. I hate that there are a billion things I need to do, and I can't do any of them because I can't bring myself to do any of them. And I know even if I force myself, just sit down and write, for example, the script to the video, I'm gonna knock it out in like 2 hours. That's a big one. There are messages on my social media that I haven't answered because I thought, oh, it's going to be like an hour thing and it's done in like 5 minutes. When I sit down to do them, they're not big, but they always look big. Organizing my room is another thing. It has been so long since it's been disorganized that I'm kind of used to it at this point, and I shouldn't feel normal in this situation. Being numb shouldn't be normal, and it's becoming slowly normal, and I hate that. I genuinely hate that. I am trying to take it easier. It's holiday. You should have your days off, and you should be easy on yourself. But I do feel bad. These are themselves becoming reasons for me to feel bad. These are arbitrary things. It's like I'm waiting for something that is not going to happen before I can do something. And as I said, it's not going to happen. So what's the plan? It's the last quarter of the show. Right now, I'm recording this. I'm going to publish it. I'm going to upload it and publish it. Hopefully my VPN doesn't get fucked. And then I'm going to watch a movie. And then tomorrow, I'm going to try to clean the room a little bit. At the very least, make sure I'm not looking at constant visual noise all around the room. And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try to write the script to the video. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to ramble on for too much. I'm going to try to make it a short, sweet video and then record it, edit it, publish it, and then work on the next rambly, long video that I can postpone until I never make it. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. In the meantime, I'm going to avoid the works of Pink Floyd and I'm going to try to cross off little things that I need to do off my list, The little things I need to buy or little organizational things. But the main goal is I'm going to, at the very least, not spend the whole day in bed. Even if it is just for the sake of my fucking skin, which is a mess. I have an arbitrary deadline. I will not stick to it, probably, the way things are going, but I do have an arbitrary deadline, and that is next week, the April 5th. That is my next arbitrary deadline, because not only I have another episode to record, and I will see you next week at the end of this episode, but I also have another podcast interview. By the way, hopefully by next week, the one I had a while ago will come out, and I will link it in the description. It was supposed to come out yesterday, but because of rescheduling things, it got postponed a week. And there is another one, and I don't know when that is coming. So those are exciting things. Then on April 5th, I need to go on a trip. So I want to have at least something to take with me to edit in the trip. So hopefully I can do that. I am tired of feeling tired. I am tired of being numb. And I don't know, I hope this episode was anything. I was so distracted, and because my brain cannot focus on anything except self-pity and misery. And that's not good. That's not good. I need to feel better. I don't know. I will see you next week.